The emergency alarm screamed through the medical station. Red lights flashed against the white walls. Dr. Scylla Vethon dropped her meal and ran toward the trauma bay. Her 6 legs moved fast across the smooth floor. Her wings folded tight against her back. "What do we have?" she called out to her assistant. "Ship explosion near the outer ring," the assistant replied. "One survivor. Thermal scan shows Kelthari biology. Critical condition." Scylla reached the trauma bay and saw the body on the table. The patient was tall with smooth skin and strange flat features. His chest moved up and down in weak breaths. Blood covered his torn uniform. The name on his jacket said Cole. She did not have time to wait for full scans. Kelthari patients died fast without treatment. Their nervous systems would shut down within minutes of major trauma. "Prepare Axiom 7, she ordered. Her assistant hesitated for just a moment. Axiom 7 was powerful medicine. It could rebuild damaged neural pathways in seconds. It could save a dying Kelthari brain. But it was also dangerous. Most species could not survive it. "The scan is still running," her assistant said. "He will be dead before it finishes," Scylla replied. "His thermal signature matches Kelthari. Give me the injection." The glowing violet liquid filled the needle. Scylla found a vein in the patient's arm. She pushed the medicine into his blood. The violet glow spread under his skin like rivers of light. She watched his vital signs on the monitor. His heart was weak but steady. His brain activity was low but present. The Axiom 7 would take 30 seconds to reach his neural system. Then it would begin its work. The scanner made a soft sound. The full results appeared on her screen. Scylla's blood turned cold. Species, human. Origin, Earth. Soul system. She stared at the words. Her mandibles clicked together in shock. Her compound eyes went wide. Human. She had just injected a human with Axiom 7. "No," she whispered. "No, no, no." Axiom 7 was death for most species. It dissolved neural tissue like acid. Only 3 known species could survive it. Humans were not one of them. Humans were Class 12 restricted. Their biology was strange and poorly understood. They were new to the galaxy. They had only joined the galactic community 100 years ago, and she had just killed one. "Get High Physician Kothmir," she said. Her voice was shaking. "Now!" Her assistant ran from the room. Scylla stood alone with the dying human. She watched the violet glow move through his veins. It was traveling toward his brain. In seconds, his neurons would begin to break apart. His mind would dissolve. His body would follow. She had taken an oath to save lives, and now she had ended one through her own mistake. The monitor showed the Axiom 7 reaching his brain. Scylla closed her eyes. She could not watch. She waited for the flatline. She waited for the sound of death. It did not come. She opened her eyes. The human's heart was still beating. His brain activity was still present. The vital signs had not changed. "That is impossible," she said out loud. 1 minute passed, then 2, then 5. The human did not die. Scylla ran every scan she had. She checked the monitors 3 times. The Axiom 7 was in his brain. It was spreading through every neural pathway. It should be destroying everything it touched. But the human's neurons were not dissolving. They were changing. High Physician Kothmir arrived. He was old and large, with a dark carapace covered in the marks of his long service. He looked at the human on the table. He looked at the scan results. His expression did not change, but Scylla could see the fear in his eyes. "You gave him Axiom 7, Kothmir said. It was not a question. "I thought he was Kelthari," Scylla replied. "The thermal scan matched. I did not wait for full results. I made a mistake." "Yes," Kothmir said. "You did." He moved closer to the table. He studied the human's face. The patient was young for his species, maybe 30 cycles. His hair was dark and short. His features were simple but not ugly. "Why is he still alive?" Scylla asked. "I do not know," Kothmir admitted. "This should not be possible. Axiom 7 has a 94% kill rate across all tested species. Humans have never been tested because they are too new. We assumed they would die like everyone else. We assumed wrong." Kothmir turned to look at her. "This cannot leave this room. Do you understand? The Dominion will want to know about this. They will want to study him. They will take him apart piece by piece to learn how he survived. Scylla felt sick. What do we do? We wait. We watch. We keep this secret for as long as we can. Kothmir looked back at the human. And we pray that he dies on his own. It would be better for everyone. Hours passed. Scylla did not leave the human's side. She watched his vital signs slowly improve. His heart grew stronger. His brain activity increased. Whatever the Axiom 7 was doing to him, it was not killing him. It was making him better. She ran another brain scan. The results made her mandibles click in disbelief. His neural pathways were not just surviving. They were growing. New connections were forming. His synaptic response time was increasing. His brain was becoming faster, stronger, more complex. The human body should not be able to do this. No body should be able to do this. The Axiom 7 was a poison to most species. But somehow this human's biology was treating it like food. Scylla sat down heavily in her chair. She thought about what she knew of humans. They came from a small planet in a quiet corner of the galaxy. They were young. They were fragile. They had no natural weapons. They could not survive in vacuum. They could not breathe underwater. They seemed like one of the weakest species in the known universe, but they had survived. They had survived ice ages that froze their world. They had survived plagues that killed millions of their kind. They had survived wars that burned their cities to ash. They had survived everything their planet threw at them for millions of years. Maybe that was why the human was still alive. Maybe Earth had already tested humanity with every poison, every disease, every disaster. Maybe human biology had learned to adapt to anything, or maybe this human was just too stubborn to die. Either way, Scylla knew that everything was about to change. The galaxy was not ready for what she had accidentally discovered. The Dominion was not ready. The elder species were not ready. Humans were not meant to survive Axiom 7. But this one had. And she had a feeling he was going to wake up very soon. Marcus Cole opened his eyes. The light was too bright. The sounds were too loud. He could hear machines beeping somewhere nearby. He could hear footsteps in the hallway outside. He could hear someone breathing next to him. Everything felt wrong. His body felt strange. His mind felt like it was moving too fast. "You are awake." He turned his head. An alien sat in a chair beside his bed. She had 6 legs and wings folded against her back. Her body was covered in a shiny shell that changed colors in the light. Her eyes were large and made of many tiny parts. Marcus had seen aliens before. Earth had been part of the galactic community for a century, but he had never been this close to one. "Where am I?" His voice was rough and dry. "You are on Medical Station Vera 3, the alien said. "My name is Dr. Scylla Vethaan. You were in an accident. Your ship exploded. You were the only survivor." The memories came back slowly. The cargo freighter, the alarm, the hull breach, the cold darkness of space. How long was I out? 2 rotations of our planet, roughly 40 hours in your time system. Marcus tried to sit up. His body moved faster than he expected. He was upright before he realized what he was doing. The motion felt effortless. He felt strong. He felt awake in a way he had never felt before. "Something is wrong," he said. "Something feels different." Dr. Vethan's mandibles clicked together. She looked nervous. Her large eyes would not meet his. "There was a complication during your treatment," she said. "I made a mistake. I gave you medicine that was not meant for humans." "What kind of medicine?" "It is called Axiom 7. It is used to repair damaged neural tissue. It works well on certain species." She paused. "For most species, it is fatal." Marcus stared at her. "You gave me something fatal. I thought you were a different species. Your thermal signature was similar. I did not wait for the full scan. I acted too quickly." Her voice was small now. "I am sorry. I expected you to die. Everyone expected you to die. But I didn't die." "No, you did not." Marcus looked down at his hands. They looked the same as before, but they felt different. He could feel his blood pumping through every vein. He could feel his heart beating in his chest. He was aware of his own body in a way he had never been before. "What did the medicine do to me?" Dr. Vethan pulled out a small device. She showed him a scan of his brain. Blue and green lights danced across the image. Your neural pathways have changed. They have grown stronger and more complex. Your synaptic response time has increased by over 300%. Your pattern recognition ability has become extremely advanced. She looked at him with something like fear in her eyes. Your brain is still changing. It has not stopped. Marcus felt a strange calm. He should be afraid. He should be angry. But his mind was processing the information too quickly for emotions to catch up. How is that possible? We do not know. Axiom 7 should have dissolved your neurons. Instead, your brain adapted. It took the compound and used it to improve itself. We have never seen anything like this in any species. A door opened behind them. An older alien walked in. He was larger than Dr. Vethan, with a darker shell covered in strange marks. His presence filled the room. I am High Physician Kothmir, the alien said. You are Captain Marcus Cole of the Earth vessel Endless Dawn. We have contacted your government. They will send a ship to collect you in 3 days. Thank you, Marcus said. But something in the old alien's eyes made him uneasy. There was more here than a simple medical mistake. I must ask you some questions, Kothmir continued. For our medical records. Do you feel any pain? No. Any confusion or memory loss? Marcus thought about it. His memories were clear. Too clear. He could remember things from years ago with perfect detail. He could remember the face of every person he had ever met. He could remember conversations word for word. My memory seems better than before, he said. Kothmir and Dr. Vethan exchanged a look. What else do you feel? Kothmir asked. Marcus paused. He was not sure how to explain it. His mind was moving in new directions. He was seeing patterns everywhere. The way the machines beeped, the rhythm of the alien's breathing, the flicker of the lights above. Everything seemed connected. Everything made sense in ways it never had before. I feel like I can see more, he said finally. Like I understand more. Things that were confusing before seem simple now. Kothmir nodded slowly. His expression did not change, but Marcus could sense his fear. He was not sure how he could sense it. He just could. You must rest, Kothmir said. We will continue our test tomorrow. The old alien left the room. Dr. Vethan stayed behind. She was watching Marcus with a mixture of guilt and fascination. You can tell he is afraid of me, Marcus said. Why? Dr. Vethan hesitated. Axiom 7 is not just medicine. It has a history, a dark history. The Dominion has used it for things other than healing. The Dominion? The ruling council of the galaxy, the elder species. They have controlled galactic civilization for thousands of years. She lowered her voice. Axiom 7 was created as a weapon. It can destroy minds. It can make species obedient. It was used to control populations, to create slaves. Marcus felt cold. And you gave it to me. Yes, and you survived. More than survived. You became stronger. She leaned closer. Do you understand what this means? The Dominion has used Axiom 7 to control species for centuries. If they learn that humans are immune, that humans can actually benefit from it, they will see us as a threat. Yes, a very serious threat. Marcus thought about Earth, about the 8 billion people living there, about the human colonies spread across a dozen worlds. If the Dominion saw humanity as a threat, what would they do? What happens now, he asked. Kothmir wants to keep the secret. He believes it is better if nobody knows what happened to you. Dr. Vethan's eyes were sad. But I do not think we can keep this secret forever. There are others on this station. People talk. Word will spread. Marcus felt his mind working faster than ever. He was analyzing the situation, calculating possibilities, seeing outcomes he could not have imagined before. Then we need to be ready, he said. When the secret gets out, we need to be ready. Dr. Vethan nodded. For the first time since he woke up, she did not look nervous. She looked determined. I will help you, she said. I caused this. I will help you survive what comes next. Marcus looked at his hands again. He was still human. He still looked the same. But something inside him had changed forever. The galaxy thought humans were weak. They thought humans were primitive and fragile. They were about to learn how wrong they were. The nightmares started on the second night. Marcus dreamed of worlds burning. He dreamed of species he had never seen, crying out in languages he did not know. He dreamed of violet light spreading across entire planets. He dreamed of minds breaking, of wills being crushed, of billions of voices going silent. He woke up screaming. Dr. Vethon was there within seconds. She ran scans on his brain while he tried to catch his breath. The sweat on his skin felt cold. His heart was pounding. "What did you see?" she asked. "I do not know," Marcus said. "It felt like memories. But they were not mine. They were someone else's. Something else's." Dr. Vethon's mandibles clicked rapidly. She looked at the scan results with growing alarm. "Your brain is accessing new information," she said. "Information that was not there before. I think the Axiom 7 is giving you memories." "How is that possible?" Axiom 7 is a neural compound. It carries information in its molecular structure. When it was created, the scientists encoded data into it. Instructions, commands. That is how they used it to control populations. She paused. "Your brain is not being controlled, but it is reading the data. It is accessing memories that were stored in the compound itself." Marcus closed his eyes. He tried to focus on the images from his dream. They were fading like smoke, but some pieces remained. He saw a planet covered in ice. He saw creatures with silver skin being herded into camps. He saw Dominion ships in the sky. "The Valorians," he said suddenly. He did not know how he knew the name. It just appeared in his mind. "The compound showed me the Valorians. What happened to them?" Dr. Vethon went very still. "What did you see?" "Subjugation, control. The Dominion used Axiom 7 to break them, to make them obey." Marcus opened his eyes and looked at her. "Your species. The Dominion did that to your species." Dr. Vethon did not speak for a long moment. Her compound eyes seemed to look far away into memories of her own. "It was many generations ago," she said finally. "Before I was born, before my mother was born, the Dominion came to our world. They said they wanted peace. They said they wanted to help us join galactic civilization." Her voice grew bitter. "Then they gave us Axiom 7. They said it was medicine. They said it would make us stronger. But it did not make us stronger. It made us slaves." "How did you break free?" "We did not completely. The Dominion chose to release us. They gave us limited freedom in exchange for our service. Our best doctors work in their stations. Our best scientists build their weapons. We are free, but we are not truly free. We owe them everything, and they never let us forget it." Marcus felt anger building inside him. The more memories surfaced from the compound, the more he understood. The Dominion had been doing this for thousands of years. Species after species had fallen to Axiom 7. Their minds had been broken. Their wills had been crushed. Their cultures had been erased. And the galaxy had no idea. "How many?" Marcus asked. "How many species has the Dominion done this to?" "I do not know. Dozens, maybe hundreds. The records are hidden. The history is controlled." Dr. Vethon looked at him with desperate eyes. "But you could find out. The memories in the compound contain the truth. If your brain can access them, I can expose everything. Yes, and that is why the Dominion will kill you if they learn what you know." The door opened. Kothmir stepped inside. His expression was grave. "Word has spread," he said. "Someone on the station talked. The Dominion knows about the human who survived Axiom 7. They are sending a research team. They will be here in 2 days." Scylla stood up quickly. "A research team? They will dissect him." "They will study him," Kothmir corrected. "They will take him apart to understand how he survived. Then they will destroy the evidence and make sure no human ever learns what happened." Marcus felt his enhanced mind calculating options. 2 days, a research team, no ship of his own, no weapons, no allies except an alien doctor who felt guilty about almost killing him. "I need to leave this station," Marcus said. "That is impossible," Kothmir replied. "All departing ships are being monitored. The Dominion has eyes everywhere." "Then I need to find someone who does not care about Dominion eyes." Kothmir and Dr. Vethon looked at each other. Something passed between them. Some old secret. Some old debt. "There is someone," Dr. Vethon said slowly. A Kelthari smuggler named Vaughn. He docks here sometimes. He owes me a blood debt. His life for mine. Can he get me off this station? If anyone can, it is him. Dr. Vethon turned to Kothmir. I have to do this. I caused this mess. I have to fix it. Kothmir shook his head. If you help him escape, the Dominion will come for you. Your career will be over. Your life could be over. My life ended when I injected him with that poison. Everything since then has been borrowed time. She looked at Marcus with clear eyes. My grandmother told me stories about the subjugation. She remembered what we lost. She always said that one day someone would come along who could change things. Someone the Dominion could not control. You think that person is me? I think you are the first being in history to survive Axiom 7. I think your brain now contains secrets the Dominion has hidden for thousands of years. I think you could start a revolution that brings down everything they have built. She paused. Or you could die in a research lab and nothing will ever change. The choice is yours. Marcus thought about Earth. He thought about his family. He thought about the billions of humans who had no idea how close they were to being the Dominion's next target. He thought about all the species who had already fallen, all the minds that had been broken, all the cultures that had been erased. He thought about the nightmares, the violet light, the screaming voices. I will not die in a lab, he said. Find me this smuggler. Get me off this station, and then we will show the Dominion what happens when they pick a fight with humanity. Dr. Vethon nodded. For the first time since they met, she smiled. I will contact Vaughn tonight, she said. Be ready to move tomorrow. Pack nothing. Trust no one. And whatever you do, do not let them scan your brain again. The memories you carry are more dangerous than any weapon. She left the room. Kothmir stayed behind for a moment, looking at Marcus with an expression the human could not read. I hope you know what you are doing, the old physician said. The Dominion has ruled this galaxy for 10,000 years. They have crushed rebellions without effort. They have broken empires. They have made entire species disappear. They have never faced humans before, Marcus replied. Kothmir made a sound that might have been a laugh, or might have been a sob. No, he agreed. They have not. Perhaps that will make a difference. Perhaps your species truly is something new, something they cannot predict or control. There is only one way to find out. Kothmir nodded slowly. Then he turned and walked out of the room, leaving Marcus alone with his thoughts and his memories and his anger. Tomorrow he would run. Tomorrow he would fight. Tomorrow he would show the galaxy what one stubborn human could do. The Dominion had controlled everything for 10,000 years. Their time was running out. Vaughn was not what Marcus expected. The Kelthari smuggler was short and wide, covered in rough brown scales. His eyes were yellow and cold. 3 deep scars ran across his face from some old fight. When he spoke, his voice sounded like rocks grinding together. So you are the human who should be dead, Vaughn said. He looked Marcus up and down with clear suspicion. You do not look special. Neither do you, Marcus replied. Vaughn made a harsh barking sound. It took Marcus a moment to realize it was laughter. I like this one, Vaughn said to Dr. Vethon. He has fire in him. Most species become soft when they join the galactic community. They forget how to fight. They forget how to survive. He looked at Marcus again with new respect. But humans are still young, still hungry, still dangerous. Can you get us off this station? Dr. Vethon asked. I can get you anywhere. My ship is fast and my routes are secret. The Dominion has never caught me in 30 years of smuggling. Vaughn showed his teeth in something like a smile. But I must warn you, where we are going, there are no laws, there is no protection. If the Dominion catches us, we die. All of us. We understand, Marcus said. Do you? Vaughn stepped closer. His yellow eyes studied Marcus with dangerous intensity. I owe Scylla a blood debt. That is why I am here. But I do not owe you anything. If you become a problem, I will throw you out of an airlock. Is that clear? Clear. Good. Then let us move. My ship is in docking bay 7. Stay close. Say nothing. Do not look anyone in the eyes. They moved through the station like shadows. Vaughn knew every corridor, every shortcut, every blind spot in the security cameras. Dr. Vethon stayed close to Marcus. her medical bag over her shoulder. She had brought supplies to monitor his changing brain. The changes had not stopped. Marcus could feel his mind expanding hour by hour. He could process information faster than ever. He could see patterns in everything around him, the flow of people through the station, the rhythm of the air systems, the subtle signals passing between security personnel. He knew they were being watched. He could feel eyes on them, even when he could not see who was looking. "Trouble ahead," he said quietly. Vaughn stopped. "What kind of trouble?" "Three security officers. They are waiting by the entrance to Docking Bay 7. They are pretending to check cargo manifests, but they are watching for us." Vaughn looked at him with surprise. "How do you know this?" "I can see the pattern, the way they are standing, the direction they are looking. Their body language is wrong for a routine inspection." Marcus paused. "I think I can also hear their radio frequencies. They just received orders to detain any Valorians traveling with non-standard passengers." Dr. Vethon's mandibles clicked with alarm. "That is impossible. You cannot hear radio frequencies." "I could not before." Marcus touched his head. His enhanced brain was still changing, still growing, still finding new ways to process the world around him. "I can now." Vaughn was silent for a long moment. Then he shook his head. "You humans are even stranger than the stories say. Come, I know another way into the docking bay." They moved through maintenance tunnels and service corridors. Vaughn's ship was an ugly thing, covered in patches and scorch marks from decades of hard use. But when they lifted off from the station, the engines ran smooth and quiet. The ship was faster than it looked. "We need to reach the Argent Nebula," Vaughn said as they left the station behind. "My contacts there can hide us until things calm down. It is a 2-day journey through empty space." "Will the Dominion follow us?" Dr. Vethon asked. "They will try, but my ship is difficult to track. We should be safe." Marcus was not so sure. The memories from Axiom 7 were becoming clearer. He was seeing more of the Dominion's history, their methods, their technology. He knew they had ways of tracking ships that most smugglers did not understand. "They will find us," he said, "before we reach the nebula. They have something called shadow tracking. It follows the energy signature of our engines through subspace." Vaughn cursed in his native language. "How do you know this? That technology is classified. Even most Dominion officers do not know about it." "The knowledge was in the compound, in the memories I absorbed." Marcus looked at the star map on the display. "We have maybe 18 hours before they catch up to us." The next 18 hours were the longest of Marcus's life. His mind would not stop working, would not stop changing. He began to see things that should have been invisible. Energy patterns flowing through the ship, electromagnetic fields surrounding every piece of equipment, the subtle vibrations of the universe itself. Dr. Vethon ran constant scans. Her face grew more worried with each result. "Your brain activity is off the scale," she said. "You are processing information faster than any computer I have ever seen. But the strain must be enormous. How do you feel?" "Strange," Marcus admitted, "but not bad. It is like waking up from a long sleep, like I have been blind my whole life and now I can finally see." "I am worried about what will happen when the changes stop. Your brain might burn out. It might shut down completely." Marcus thought about it. He thought about Earth, about his mother, who had raised him alone after his father died, about his friends who were probably wondering if he was still alive, about all the humans who had no idea what was coming. "If I burn out, then I burn out," he said, "but not before I do something that matters, not before I hurt the Dominion." The attack came 2 hours early. 3 Dominion hunter ships dropped out of subspace directly ahead of them. Their weapons were already charged. Their shields were already raised. There was no time to run, no time to hide. "We are trapped," Vaughn growled. He looked at his weapons console with frustration. "My guns cannot scratch those shields. We are dead." Marcus felt something shift inside his mind. The fear he should have felt was absent. Instead, there was only clarity, only purpose. "Let me talk to them," he said. "Talk to them? They want to capture you, to dissect you. What could you possibly say?" "I want to try something." Marcus moved toward the communications console. "Every Dominion soldier carries neural implants. Implants derived from Axiom 7 technology. I can feel them. I can sense their frequencies. Dr. Vethon understood before Vaughn did. You want to broadcast to their implants directly? That is insane. You do not know what it will do to them. I know exactly what it will do. I can see the patterns now. I can see everything. Marcus placed his hands on the console. The Dominion has controlled the galaxy through lies and manipulation. They have hidden the truth for 10,000 years. It is time for that truth to come out. He closed his eyes. He focused on the frequencies he could now perceive. He reached out with his enhanced mind, touching the implants of every soldier on those 3 ships. And he showed them everything. He showed them the subjugation of the Valorians, the destruction of the Kelthari homeworld, the mind-breaking of 100 species. He showed them the lies they had been told, the history they had been denied, the atrocities committed in the name of galactic order. The memories poured out of him like water from a broken dam. Every image, every scream, every moment of suffering that had been encoded into the Axiom 7 compound. 1 minute passed, then 2. Then 2 of the 3 hunter ships powered down their weapons. What did you do? Vaughn whispered. I told them the truth, Marcus replied. He felt exhausted. His brain was burning, but he was still alive, still fighting. They did not know. They thought they were protecting the galaxy. They thought they were the good ones. Now they know better. The 3rd ship still had its weapons trained on them. Its commander was screaming orders over the radio, but the other 2 ships were not responding. Go, Marcus said. Get us to the nebula. The others will not follow. Vaughn did not ask questions. He pushed the engines to maximum and flew between the silent hunter ships. Within minutes, they were gone, racing towards safety. Dr. Vethon was staring at Marcus like she had never seen him before. You just turned Dominion soldiers against their own commanders, she said, with nothing but the truth. Marcus nodded. His vision was blurring. His body was shaking. The effort had cost him almost everything he had. The truth is the most dangerous weapon in the universe, he said. The Dominion has always known that. That is why they hide it. What happens now? Marcus smiled weakly. Now we take that truth to everyone, every species, every world, every corner of this galaxy. He looked out at the stars rushing past. The Dominion built their empire on secrets and lies. We are going to tear it down with the one thing they cannot control. What is that? Hope. Then he collapsed, unconscious before he hit the floor. Marcus woke up in a bed he did not recognize. The room was large and clean. Sunlight streamed through windows made of something that was not glass. He could hear voices outside, many voices speaking in many languages. The air smelled like flowers he had never seen before. Dr. Vethon was sitting beside him, just like she had been when he first woke up on the medical station. But this time, her expression was not fearful. It was hopeful. Where are we? Marcus asked. The Coalition homeworld, she said. The center of galactic government. You have been unconscious for 3 weeks. 3 weeks? Your brain needed time to stabilize. The changes are complete now. You will not burn out. She smiled. You are the first of your kind, a new kind of human, enhanced by Axiom 7 instead of destroyed by it. Marcus sat up slowly. His body felt strong. His mind felt clear. The burning sensation was gone. Instead, there was only calm certainty. What happened while I was asleep? Everything. Dr. Vethon handed him a data pad. The soldiers you converted spread your message. The truth about Axiom 7 reached a dozen worlds before the Dominion could stop it. Species that had been controlled for centuries are demanding answers. Rebellions are breaking out across the outer systems. The Dominion is losing control. Marcus looked at the news reports scrolling across the screen. He saw images of protests on alien worlds. He saw videos of Dominion soldiers laying down their weapons. He saw headlines announcing the collapse of treaties that had lasted for thousands of years. One human, one mistake, one truth, and everything was changing. The Coalition Assembly wants to see you, Dr. Vethon continued. They want to hear your testimony. They want you to tell them what you know. She paused. The Dominion elders will be there too. They are demanding your execution. They say you are a dangerous criminal who must be stopped. What do you think I should do? I think you should tell the truth. All of it. Let the galaxy decide for itself what kind of future it wants. She stood and offered him her hand. I will be there with you. Vaughn is waiting outside. You are not alone anymore. Marcus took her hand and stood up. He looked out the window at the alien city stretching to the horizon. Millions of beings lived there. Millions of lives that could be changed by what happened next. He had been a cargo ship captain. Nobody special. Nobody important. Just another human trying to make a living in a galaxy that barely noticed his species existed. Now he was something else. Something new. Something the universe had never seen before. The Coalition Assembly Hall was the largest building Marcus had ever seen. It rose into the sky like a mountain made of crystal and light. Representatives from 1,000 species gathered there to decide the fate of the galaxy. Today they would decide his fate too. Marcus walked through the great doors with Dr. Vethon on one side and Vaughn on the other. Every eye in the massive chamber turned to look at them. Thousands of alien faces, thousands of different expressions, fear, hope, anger, curiosity. The Dominion elders sat at the front of the chamber on raised thrones made of dark metal. There were 7 of them, ancient beings from the oldest species in the galaxy. They had ruled everything for 10,000 years. They had never been challenged. They had never been questioned, until now. The High Elder rose to speak. Her skin was gray and wrinkled. Her eyes were black pools that reflected no light. Her voice echoed through the chamber like thunder. This creature is a contamination, she declared, a mistake that should have died. He has stolen sacred knowledge that does not belong to his primitive species. He has spread lies and chaos throughout the galaxy. He must be destroyed before he does more harm. The chamber was silent. No one dared to argue with the Dominion. Then Marcus stepped forward. I am not here to argue with you, he said. His voice was calm and clear. I am here to show you the truth. Not my truth, not human truth. The truth that the Dominion has hidden for 10,000 years. He reached out with his enhanced mind. The technology in the chamber connected to his thoughts. Every screen, every display, every neural implant carried by every representative in the room, and he showed them. He showed them the subjugation of the Valorians, the breaking of the Kelthari, the countless species whose minds had been destroyed by Axiom 7. He showed them the camps and the prisons and the mass graves. He showed them the lies that had built the Dominion's empire. 10,000 years of secrets poured out in a single flood of truth. When it was over, the chamber was deathly quiet. Representatives were weeping. Others were shaking with rage. The Dominion elders sat frozen on their thrones, unable to speak. Marcus looked at them without anger, without hatred, just sadness. You built your empire on the belief that control was necessary, he said. That species needed to be managed, that freedom was dangerous. But control is not strength. Fear is not loyalty, and lies cannot hold an empire together forever. You know nothing, the High Elder spat. You are an insect. Your species is barely out of its caves. You have no right to judge us. I am not judging you. I am just showing the galaxy what you have done. They will judge you themselves. Marcus turned to address the entire assembly. Humans are young. We are still learning. We make mistakes. We fight among ourselves. We are far from perfect. He paused, letting his words sink in. But we have learned something in our short history. We have learned that survival is not about being the strongest or the smartest. It is about refusing to give up. It is about standing up after every fall. It is about helping each other when everything seems hopeless. He looked at Dr. Vethon. She nodded at him with pride in her eyes. The doctor who injected me made a mistake. She thought she had killed me. She could have hidden what happened. She could have let the Dominion take me quietly. Instead, she risked everything to help me. Not because I was special, not because I was powerful, but because it was the right thing to do. He looked at Vaughn. The old smuggler's expression was unreadable, but his eyes were shining. A smuggler with no reason to care about galactic politics flew us through enemy space because he owed a debt of honor. He could have turned me over to the Dominion for a reward. Instead, He fought for a stranger from a species he had never trusted. Marcus turned back to the assembly. That is what humanity believes in. That is what we have always believed in, even when we fail to live up to it. Connection, compassion, the idea that no one is truly alone. He pointed at the Dominion elders. They ruled through isolation, through division, through making every species believe it was alone against the universe. But that was always a lie. We are not alone. We never were. And if we stand together now, we never will be again. The silence stretched on for a long moment. Then a single representative stood up, a Valorian with a shell like Dr. Vethon's, old and scarred, a survivor of the subjugation. I stand with the human, she said. Another representative rose, then another, then 100, then 1,000. Species that had been enemies for centuries stood side by side, rivals and rivals, prey and predators, young and ancient, all of them rising, all of them choosing hope over fear. The Dominion elders watched their empire crumble before their eyes. The High Elder tried to speak. She tried to give orders. But no one was listening anymore. For the first time in 10,000 years, she was powerless. Dr. Vethon stepped closer to Marcus. She was crying, but her tears were happy. You did it, she whispered. You actually did it. Marcus shook his head. We did it, all of us together. He looked out at the rising representatives, at the new future being born in this chamber. He thought about the injection that should have killed him, the mistake that changed everything. Maybe it was not a mistake at all. Maybe the universe had a way of finding what it needed. Maybe humanity had spent millions of years surviving every disaster Earth could throw at them, just so one cargo ship captain could be in the wrong place at the right time. Or maybe it was just luck, just chaos, just a random accident that happened to change everything. Marcus did not know. He was not sure it mattered. What mattered was what came next. The rebuilding, the healing, the slow work of creating a galaxy where no species controlled another, where truth was more powerful than lies, where hope was stronger than fear. It would take generations. It would be difficult and messy and full of setbacks. But humanity was good at difficult, good at messy, good at refusing to give up when everything seemed impossible. The Dominion had ruled through power and control for 10,000 years. Humanity would teach the galaxy a different way, and it all started with one human who was too stubborn to die.